wanna say to me now? I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
Alright guys, welcome back to another hyper informative, hyper enthusiastic, non-monotone watch review from your favorite watch reviewer, Cyril, Serial, whatever you want to call me, blah blah blah. So I'm a little annoyed right now because I just filmed a 16-minute review just to replay it, and here the audio was all types of jumble mumble blah 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 blah. So anyway, ended up being, I guess my phone was plugged in and for some reason the frequency just created chaos. So hopefully you can hear me. I would assume so, since if you're watching this, it's because I uploaded it. What you're looking at right now is a homage of one of the most famous watches ever made, and that is the Paul Newman Daytona. Now, this is a homage. This is not the original one, obviously. Before we move on to this review, I did get this watch for free $99. And yes, I want to say thank you to the great people at Pagani Design. There's a lady that I speak to when I deal with them, and I can put her name on the screen if she would like. If you don't see it, it's probably because she said don't do it. But anyway, very nice people. They sent me this for free, so I'm gonna be still unbiased, and they would want me to be unbiased as well. But here's the thing, I wanted this watch the moment it came out a few months ago. So it's kind of funny that when Pagani Design and I spoke, boom, this was randomly the watch that they suggested, and that was the watch that I was probably gonna get next. I'm gonna add a link to the description, so make sure to click that link. Pagani Design, they're always running sales. You can always get points and coins and all that good stuff on AliExpress, so you should be able to get this watch for a pretty good price. You can obviously tell them that Cyril or Spencer sent you. They've been pretty cool with me. Let's get straight into the basic info. Brand, Pagani Design, model PD-1676. Inspired, or paying homage to a Paul Newman Rolex Daytona. Few reference numbers, we're just gonna throw in 6241 because of the black bezel. Movement, Seiko VK63. It's a mecha quartz. Style, casual, or you can do chronograph. And water resistance is 100 meters. And I did not get the weight on this watch. All right, let's get straight to case dimensions. Width, 40 millimeters. Width, including the crown, is 43 millimeters. Thickness is 12 millimeters. Lug to lug is 47 millimeters. All right, bracelet info. Lug width, 20 millimeters. Length, 21 centimeters. Clasp, this is a folding clasp with safety, and it measures at about 16 millimeters, so it does taper down. And it does not have like micro adjustments, at least like on the fly. You would have to adjust it with a tool, but yeah. Style, this is a oyster style bracelet, and there's 3 links. The 2 outside links are brushed, and the center link is polished. Material, 316L stainless steel. Dial info, display, analog. Logo, Pagani Design / chronograph. Shape, it is round. Dial color, white. Black is also available. Crystal, this is a sapphire crystal. Caseback, it is a solid caseback with a laser etched race car, McLaren, whatever you want to call it, on the back. Pretty nice touch, and with like a checkered flag. All right, material, 316L stainless steel. Marker type, single baton. Hands, you have a arrow seconds hand, and the minute and hour is a Dauphine style. I'm not sure if I butchered that, but yeah. Crown, you have a center crown. It is a screw down, and that is for the time adjustment. The top button is going to be screw down as well, and that is for the chronograph function. That is to start and pause the chronograph. The bottom button is screw down as well, and that is to reset the chronograph. I guess unique features about this watch: it is paying homage to, at one time, the world's most expensive watch. Movement: manufacturer is Seiko. Country: Japan. Type: this is a mecha quartz, so it kind of has the best of both worlds. It can kind of look like a mechanical watch, but also has the efficiency of a quartz watch. Model VK63. Hacken. Yes, I'm gonna say yes because when I adjust the time, it does pause. So, but I don't know if it's officially considered hacking on a quartz watch. I don't know. Joules, 0. Power reserve, 0. Beats per hour. I know this is not really a common thing to put on a quartz watch, but I'm just gonna say 3,600 beats per hour because it ticks once every second. So I don't know. I'm just gonna add it in there. Thickness 5.10 millimeters and diameter 29.10 millimeters. All right, so that is all the basic information. Now let's quickly get into what the box looks like and what you get with everything, and that's going to be added in right around now. Boom, here's the box. Quick 360, nothing except the logo and the name, Pagani Design on the front. Open it up, you have the logo as well on the inside of the box. If you see all the blue little pieces of cloth, that is because there is a cleaning cloth that comes with this, but it is currently not with me right now. But that has the logo on it. It's pretty nice. And here's the user's manual, and here is a guarantee card, and that's it, guys. Boom. Now that you enjoyed that thoroughly from the bottom of your heart, I'm gonna get right into the on wrist. Boom. All right. Those wrists, that watch, pretty cool. Which, by the way, I may do an update because I'm going to get a bun strap. And the bun strap that I'm going to get, kind of reminiscent of the original strap that this watch is, I guess, synonymous with. And I know bun straps are so polarizing. I do have an Alpha Daytona Paul Newman Homage that I bought about 4 years ago. I've only worn it 2 or 3 times. I need to do a review on that, but that's in storage, so I have to go get that out. I tried making it as close to the original. I ended up getting a crocodile bun strap. It's a black one. That Alpha Daytona has a steel bezel, while this one has a black one. So it's kind of cool to have 2 options. The quick little history on this watch, I mean, it can get very detailed, but I'm going to try not to bore y'all too much. So this is paying homage to the Paul Newman Rolex Daytona. We'll just say the reference number is 6239, but I've also seen 6265 as well. But anyway, we can quickly get into the reference numbers in a second. But yeah, this was gifted by Paul Newman's wife. And Paul Newman, if you don't know who he is, to all you young folks out there, he was a famous actor in the 60s, 70s, philanthropist. You've probably seen his salad dressings at the grocery store. I mean, he's got his hand, or he did have his hands in a lot of different things. Very, very great guy from what I've read. So anyway, he was gifted this watch during the time he was filming Winning, which was a movie based on racing. His wife got this from Tiffany's in New York, and on the back of the watch, on the case back, I guess she engraved "Drive carefully" because she used to freak out when he used to film and race and all that stuff, because you just started getting into racing as, I guess, the next thing to do besides acting. She would get tense and say, you know, I'm going to give you a watch and you'll think of me when you're going 200 miles an hour. This watch became really famous because you can see it in some magazine covers in the 80s. Fast forward to 1983, his wife gifted him a second Daytona watch, so that made him kind of be open to give this watch away. And who does he give it to? He gives it to his daughter's boyfriend, all for helping him with the treehouse. How cool. He gifted him this in 1984, so about a year after his wife gifted him the second Daytona. And pretty much Paul Newman said, hey, look, this is how you wear the watch, this is how you wind it up, have fun with the watch. Well, sure enough, the boyfriend had the watch for about 20 years, and then one day just decided, you know what, let me just see if I can get some gas money from this watch. And yeah, sure enough, it was sold at auction for 17.75 millions. Millions. Yes, millions. Not thousands. Millions. Kind of crazy. So yeah, that was at the time the most expensive watch ever sold at auction. So now it is not. I would say it's the number 2 for wristwatches. Watches overall, it's number 3. And I'll quickly will tell you the top 3, which is just, these numbers just blow my mind. So the first watch is a Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime that was sold for $31.19 million back in 2019, which is now officially the most expensive watch in the world. The second watch, most expensive watch, is a pocket watch though, and that is a Patek Philippe Henry Graves Super Complication, and that was sold for 23.98 millions. And then number 3 is what you're looking at right here, and that is the Rolex Paul Newman exotic dial. There's so many different references to it, but that was sold for, like I'd mentioned, $17.75 million. So that's a pretty penny. So the 6239 is the first Rolex Daytona. The exotic dial, which is, I guess, officially known as a Paul Newman dial or Daytona. This closely resembles the 6241, which it is the same thing as the 6239, except the 6241 has a black bezel as opposed to a stainless steel bezel that the 6239 has. Now, as far as, I guess, the true grails, the ones that really fetch the pretty pennies, that is the reference number 6263. Oh, and also 6265. That has the oyster on the dial. So if you see those, you know that you're pretty much looking at a mansion that is just on someone's wrist. But more than likely, it's in a vault somewhere. But yeah. Anyway, that's the quirky, cool little history of the Paul Newman Daytona. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. I may do an update. Well, I will do an update on this watch, especially when I get the bun strap, so y'all can see the beautiful bun strap, since everyone loves bun straps these days, right? I can give y'all an update on how the watch has been wearing and all that stuff. But yeah, great looking watch. I think this watch is going to be a pretty big hit. Super glad that there is now a Paul Newman Daytona on the market again as far as homages. It's great. So like always, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit me up on Instagram. I know I need to make a dedicated Instagram for watches, but you know, there's only so many watches I have. And I've got more reviews coming because I've got a whole bunch of watches that are coming in. Franken watches, everyone's favorite. Ooh, so that should be interesting. Y'all have a good one, all right?